Okay guys, in one of our past videos, Tyra was pointing out how we wanted to switch the dinette with the couch. So in this video, we're going to show you how we did that, and including moving the bar that attaches to the seat belts. So stick around and we'll show you what we did.
Okay, here we are. We're starting our Saturday morning with a project in the bus. We're going to try and move the dinette over there and move the couch over here, but facing the TV instead of against the wall. It looks like it's kind of a big project because some pretty massive bolts down here, and this is the one that has the seat belts. So hopefully we can get it done right. So we'll see. How you feeling, honey?
I feel pretty confident. I just want to document what everything looks like, and then we can put it together, hopefully just on the other side.
Yeah.
So it's going to require moving this table type situation that's here. It looks like it's kind of one big piece screwed into the wall. And then the other one, this one here, just looks like
a couple bolts.
Kind of through screws actually to go into the plywood underneath. The one that concerns me the most are these through bolts that go all the way, and they're accessed from underneath, so we had to push the slide out. But we were able to see the other side of those, so I think what we'll just do is pull this chair, stick it on the other wall over here, set it down, get it level exactly where we want it, and then use that as a template for the holes, and then just drill through, and then put the bolts on that side. So that's the plan, Stan.
Right. We'll be back with an update later. See how it went.
Sucker out of there. Just removing all these screws that hold this table on here. So we can access that bar there. Then, what attaches me to the top? I don't see anything down here. I bet I have to slide this thing down first, and that'll let me see the back. Okay, so we're gonna have to lower this. So you have a couple screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7, and that doesn't seem like even math, so I must have missed one, but I think there's 8 screws. Then we'll go drop this down. Okay, let's go ahead and drop this down. Okay, yep, there's those screws. Looks like I got 5 of them I gotta pull out there. I'll get started on that. Okay, so we were able to get that out of here. You can see the color of the wallpaper. It's almost like a green-brown thing, so I kind of see why the previous owners painted it. But now I have a nice, weird-looking sculpture picture on our wall.
No, we're gonna get some.
Yeah, we're gonna get some paint and match that and do whatever. So now looks like we got to get these big giant bolts out down there, unscrew some of these other screws that just go, I believe, just into the subfloor, because they don't come out through the slide. The only one that I see that comes out are those 8 on the other side down there. And looks like somebody, when they put this together, never screwed in one of them nuts, because I didn't do it, or screws. And there's one laying down there too. So, all right, let's remove it.
All right, starting to take off the big.
Okay, for us, this is a, what do we got here? 9/16 is the size nuts we have on these. Looks like there's a lock washer and then a regular flat washer.
So far, so good. I guess worst case scenario, we just put everything back exactly the way it went.
That's right.
So,
you can always go back to the way it was.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, so as I'm removing all these, the wood pieces you see here are what's part of this chair. That's the difference. Is on this side it has seat belts. So this black contraption down here that has the through bolt, all that sole purpose has nothing to do with the chair. It's got to do with the seat belts. You can see them down in here. It's what it attaches to, so it's got something substantial. You're not just attached to some plywood. So that's nice to know. So, okay, I got this side off. A couple things we discovered is it looks like it's really been, the screws that go into the wall have been really worked. So there's a big hole there we're gonna have to putty. Okay, and then this piece here only is on part of the wall, but we got to remove it because the chairs have got to go all the way against it, because that metal seatbelt bar that's right there, in order to have room underneath, you got to be able to access underneath this, and if it goes too far to the left, then it's in a spot you can't get to with a drill. So we really probably ought to get this thing up against the wall. So in order to do that, if you notice, there's no stripping down here around the bottom. So we're gonna have to take that off and probably move it that way, or just not put it back. One other thing we noticed too, under this couch, where it never gets cleaned, you can see some stuff got spilled, and it feels a little soft under there. So we might end up having to pull the carpet back a little bit and see what's going on. That's it. Okay, so we've mocked this up now, so we've moved everything over to the side we want it on. We haven't drilled it in or screwed in the seat belts or anything yet. We've got the couch set over here, but if you take a look here, because the previous owner painted this, it exposed an area that was hidden before. But man, I really love this really nice wood. Wallpaper I'm not too crazy about, but the wood looks awesome. But anyway, we gotta do some cleanup and so on, but now this makes way more sense. These cabinets right here, you could maybe open them a little bit, but they were kind of covered. You couldn't open this fully. So now we can totally get in there. We can replace that with a fireplace or whatever we want to do, and you can get to things now. So.
And this couch isn't bolted down, so we can turn it this way when we need it as a bed, and we can turn it this way if we want to watch TV.
It moves, so it's pretty cool. All right, well, we're gonna get to the hard part and measuring and drilling through here, and I'll show you when we're done. Just got done drilling the holes through. Okay, so what we did is so this metal piece down here, that is separate. So we just kind of mocked everything up, put the couch where it needed to be, measured where, or kind of fit and felt how this thing needed to go, because this little ridge right here is in here. You have to put this in after you set the couch down, or you can't really get it in there. So what I did was I just kind of mocked it up, and while it was in position, took a marker and just marked the carpet in each one of these spots to drill where I needed to drill. Then I went ahead and moved everything out of the way, drilled them straight through, and then went outside and just kind of tapped each one of those bolts through, and man, it worked perfectly. So now all I got to do is just tighten this down, and I think that we'll be good for the seatbelt bar, and then we'll go ahead and just kind of screw this piece and the other pieces down to hold the actual couch. Okay, we got it all bolted in. Everything's sound and solid there. One little hint I want to tell you though, when you remove this piece, these screws that are in here are different sizes, and guaranteed if you used the screw that's right here in that, it's going to go all the way through, and then when it goes out, it's going to scratch up your floor and your tile as it starts to be pulled in. So they're different sizes. So one hint is, when you're unscrewing those, when you get them out, leave them in the actual wood, just not all the way, where they're not into the subfloor. That way you know exactly which one you're going to be using again when you screw it back in, and it also keeps it organized and you don't lose anything. So, but that looks pretty good, pretty sound. So now we're just gonna mock up and put this other side on without screwing it in, put the table in, and make sure we get the right distance between here and here, so that when that table goes down, it'll make a bed. So we have to mock it up, and when we're ready, you can see what I'm talking about here. How I did those screws, leave them in there. So that's it. Okay, so this table's still not attached, but we just kind of laid it in there so you got the right distance between here and you're up against the wall. Tyra went ahead and got that screw and that screw on there, so the couch is attached. We will now go ahead and just screw in those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws there, and then pull up the table, and I think we'll be set and done. Okay, so we just tested it, and it looks like we're in good shape. Everything's attached. Gonna put everything back together and lift up the table, and hopefully success. I'd say that is perfect. Now we have our couch over there, and we did need to do a little painting where the other stuff was, but now we actually have access to that area. It doesn't look weird. So, alright, I think that's it for this video. If you have any questions, hit us up, drop us a message. Cheers.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us on this episode of New Wave Nomads. If you have any comments, please let us know in the comments section. If you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe. Until next time, cheers.